Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush, come on! So what you wanna do? Get another kilo. You wanna sweat it, but you ain't got no flow. I'm on your TV, kicking up your radio. I'm on your video, mashing up your disco. You know when I come down, I come rough. I need no permission cause I'm in the right position now. You know when I come down, I come rough. So feel the vibe of the adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush. You know you can't get enough of the adrenaline rush.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's AAW James Grace, your host tonight, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host with the co-most, Mr. Ben Mitchell.
You're getting better at those introductions there, Grace. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of All Action Wrestling TV.
Yeah, look, we're really excited about this one, guys. We've had some fantastic reception so far, and tonight we've got a very, very special episode. We're doing something a little bit different tonight, Mr. Mitchell.
We sure are. We're bringing you the latest action from All Action Wrestling, as well as a very special main event treat, but more on that later, I think, because Julio's got something to say.
Come out here now. We got me and you one-on-one right here, right now. After what you did to me last month. Let's do it. Let's go. Me and you.
Well, you heard him calling out Felix Young there. Obviously, those guys got a long history. We saw them a few weeks back on AAW TV go to war in that AAW No Limits Championship match. Julio falling just short. He had him after the Superman punch, but Felix was able to roll the momentum on that pin. Calling him out here for another match because you remember what happened afterwards. He got curb stomped right onto that No Limits Championship belt.
He did, but I don't think he's going to be too happy with the man across from him now.
At least he's good looking. He's got something good to look at. I'll give him that.
I might not be Felix Young, but I'm not happy about facing you either, you fat fuck.
Oh my. Well, like we said, this was pretty emotional. Both these guys coming off big losses. James Grace falling just short in that semi-final against Rob Van Dam, and like we just alluded to earlier, Julio falling short against Felix Young, and big insecurity to start off this contest. It's going to be fast and furious, this one, and I can give you a little bit of a personal insight as we go along.
Well, I look forward to doing that, and it's also pretty obvious here that both these competitors bringing in a lot of frustration into the match. As you say, both coming off big losses, both coming off what could be pretty down times in their career.
Yeah, big senton there by Julio. He's looking to put it away early. You know what? I can tell you, the guy, he's big, heavy set. The guy's trimmed over the new year, but right here, he's heavy set. And I tell you, a senton from him, it takes the wind right out of you.
Well, as we can see, rolling out of the ring to try and get some time away, but then that's also classic James Grace, I think, just trying to cower it away and avoid confrontation.
Now, let's not say anything we regret. Julio, obviously, like we said, starting this match off really hot, got the momentum flowing for himself there. He was looking for a suicide dive, I think, but there are ways to avoid suicide dives, Mr. Mitchell.
Well, there are indeed, and thankfully Julio was able to see that you were prepared for him, and I mean, it's just that psychology, obviously, you know, yourself being a ring veteran, here we go demonstrating that again, moving out of the ring because you knew that Julio would be right on top of you.
Ooh, big uppercut. There you go, see, you got to pick your moments, you pick your spots. Julio had a lot of momentum going, he was fired up, passionate, ready to try and fight someone other than myself. He was looking for Felix Young in this match. And that was not the match that was booked, though. And like I said, I myself trying to get back a little bit of momentum after losing to Rob Van Dam in the semi-finals. You have to pick your spots. This was a unique event, Mr. Mitchell, and this was from our Rock and Wrestling event. And you can see, we've got a different production setup here. That's why our lighting is a little bit darker, and we'll have more on that a little bit later on. But it is a different atmosphere. It's a different crowd, and you need to be able to try and absorb some of that new climate and new atmosphere. And straight away, once I let him absorb that momentum, I take away the fire, really, that he brought to the opening part of the match. Now I'm going to look to pick apart a body piece. My favourite has been a leg, and that's what I'm going to go for here.
Well, you did. You just said it. Both men came out firing perhaps Julio a little bit more so, and you've methodically slowed down the pace to work in your favour. Julio, the frustration came out early, perhaps a little exhausted, and now we can see your mean streak, your vicious streak, just targeting that left knee.
I mean, I talked about it a little bit during the Rob Van Dam match. What I was going for, I came out with a game plan to go for the knee. The thing is, with these guys who've got quick, and even for a bigger guy, Julio, he relies a lot on his speed, just to build up for that sudden impact. They rely on the legs, the knees. Superman punch, all that power comes from the knee. I've seen him hit big sunset flip power bombs like we saw in that match against Felix Young. And he has been known to take to the skies as well. So absolutely working on the knee was my plan. And that's what I'm going to try and execute here. See if we can keep him down. These things are effective.
Absolutely. You could see the angle of Julio's leg bending in ways it just should not bend. And credit to him here, he's getting back up, fighting his way. But you can see that he's struggling, he's tired, and he's down.
I'll tell you what, yeah, look, the kid has got heart. You've got to give him that, give him props. Trying to get some jabs and chops in there. But like you said, if I can... My plan the whole way through was to try and absorb the punishment that he's going to bring to me. I knew that he was going to be emotional coming into this match. But stay focused, go for the knee. This is something I'm trying to teach people as we go. Maybe use a little bit of an underhanded tactic as you go as well. But like I said, the referee can only do so much. I've got to my count. I know what I can and can't do. So, you know, maybe some people don't like it here, but it's going to be a bit of a shortcut for me. I want to get the win and get it quickly.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what separates you from other superstars, Grace, is that you understand that the referee has to a certain count.
Ooh.
Most people would probably just respect that what they're doing is illegal, but there you go. That seems like fair justice and karma to me.
Well, it can come back to bite you in the ass like that. There's no way to protect yourself against a ring post when you get driven into it head first. And a big flying axe sandal from Julio Garcia. But again, you can see, I told you, you absorbed the punishment. He hit me with the axe handle there, but he went straight for his knee. I know that if you can pick apart your opponent's arsenal before a match, then you're going to be all the better for it as the match progresses.
And we can see Julio struggling back to his feet now. That knee giving him so much trouble, and that's the smart thing. You target that body part early. Even if they get the upper hand, they will never fully be in control. Yeah, look, we were pretty close to a count out there, but again, as Julio tries to break the count, I can go for the knee again. I can take it out. That is the hardest part of the ring, Mitchell. If you can slam a kneecap into the edge of that ring, then you've got every chance of dislocating it or even giving it a crack or a snap. If the ring post didn't do it and the ring apron, then figure four leg lock certainly will. A move that has finished many a superstar all over the world, and right here, the pressure applied to the leg is just, oh gosh, it's so painful.
And you know, when I was a fan watching as a kid, I never really understood why Ric Flair and Triple H and the likes that would apply the figure four pretty regularly, why they did smack themselves back onto the mat, but it actually is extra torque. Once you've been putting it, oh, he's turning me over here.
He's turning it over, and thankfully, right next to the ropes, the ring awareness, referee Stewart getting in there, breaking up the hold.
It's the same concept there. Once he reverses the momentum, once he flips me over onto my stomach, then all that pressure is on my knee. Hang on!
Credit to you, getting straight back into it, but Julio got that. Is that a sleeper hold?
It is a sleeper
hold.
hold.
Be careful the arm doesn't slip up into a choke.
The guy, he got me with that twice. We've had a cage match in the past, and he's grabbed at those tights from behind, which I can't complain about. I suppose I just supported underhanded tactics, but to fall back into that choke is so effective when you're not expecting it. That airflow is cut right off.
And look at the leverage he's got now as you get to your feet. Oh, Julio riding the back, that pressure and the momentum just driving you down into the canvas. Oh, head first into the turnbuckle. That's one way of getting out of it.
It is. You know what? Carrying that weight is no easy feat. And speaking of, it's a big crossbody from Julio Garcia.
Well, we talked about that senton being heavy. Imagine the whole body flying at you across the ring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you some insights here. I don't know if it was that crossbody or the one that is coming right now, but one of these two moves actually breaks 3 of my ribs.
Oh! Gosh!
Pretty sure it was that one.
Oh, and you can see you're not doing too well under there, but somehow, some way, still managed to kick out. Don't know if that was the brightest move, but you live to fight another, well, maybe day.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, the guy, Julio's still clutching at his knee there, but like I said, you can see my hand reach over there. It was 3 cracked ribs on my left side, and yeah, how We talked about ending careers. Moves like that can do it.
Well, talk to me about what are you feeling right now with those cracked ribs? It just hurts, it's struggling to breathe.
I mean, your competitive instinct is kicking in because, as you can see there, your competitive instinct's kicking in. Everything about you, everything about your instinct, I suppose, is telling you to get up, just keep going. The wind is knocked out of you. Maybe you're just winded. I knew that I was able to kick out after the crossbody, so I could. Yeah, I felt like I could keep going, absolutely. But everything in wrestling, Mitchell, it's after the match, you feel it even worse. Once the adrenaline is gone from your body and you cool down, that was when I knew exactly how much trouble I was in. But you know what? It only takes a 3 count to keep a man down or a submission, and Julio is seconds away, really, from getting the win on me here.
Well, that being said, we had this back and forth here.
Ooh.
Both men giving it their absolute, vicious strikes to the head.
Massive exchange. I had never been in an exchange like this. Julio firing back. We said what sort of passion he brings to the ring. That was a big forearm. And he follows this up with a massive knee.
And that's it. You're out.
Absolutely out cold.
But it also took plenty out of Julio, didn't it? You can see him struggling, pushing you off, trying to free up that knee still.
And I told you, working on the knee, but he's got me here.
Just managed to kick out.
Everything's starting to come together for Julio Garcia here. He can hit those knees with precision, pinpoint accuracy. I've seen him exchange those sort of shots, and especially the knee strikes against guys like his own brother even, Marco Garcia, and the guys absolutely knocked the crap out of each other. So it was something that I was really trying to avoid. Again, why I was looking to take out the knee. And it leads to this. He's looking for the Superman punch.
Well, Julio trying to get the crowd behind him as well, as he just cannot do it. He cannot get that propulsion, but there it is! The Superman punch! Grace is down. Julio needs to make the cover. Come on, Julio!
He's got to get me rolled over here. Absolutely, it was a perfect shot. Pinpoint accuracy again. Falling on my front probably was fortunate, because if I went straight to my back there, Mitchell, he's got me for the 1, 2, 3.
Well, he does, but he's taken too much time, and I think he realises. I think he knows if he goes for that cover, it's wasted energy. So he's, surely not going the high-risk maneuver again.
Trying to get the crowd behind him here. Like we said, this was a different crowd. He's trying to get the new people behind him at this rock and wrestling event. Julio Garcia, always been a fan pleaser. That's why he's a fan favourite, but this is a mistake in my opinion.
Yeah, the Dream trying to propel off that top rope, and there it is. Oh, it lands on that knee again. Surely Grace is going to capitalise here with the super kick. Super kick connects. Julio's down, and that's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. James Grace picks up the victory. Julio went to the well one too many times.
And there you go, with broken ribs and all, Mitchell still managed to overcome there, but I gotta give massive props to the Dream. The Philippine Dream, Julio Garcia, absolutely took me to my limit there. It's only the second time I've faced him in one-on-one action, and the kid has took me to my limit every single time that I've been in the ring with him. So, yeah, massive props to the Dream there. There are big things in his future. And like we said, he's got that emotion as well of Felix Young in the background, so I'm sure it's not the last that we've seen of him. He's going to be looking for that No Limits Championship in the future.
Definitely. I wonder how much that played a part in this, in his mental state, and how focused he was in this game. Oh, geez, that's it. I'm sure we'll see Julio back soon, ready and raring for action, though.
Okay, well, I suppose I can give you a little bit of insight here again. This kept me out of action for a long, long time. The ribs are absolutely cracked there.
The blood of Rob Van Dam!
Just reminding you of some of my accomplishments from the previous weeks in the semi-final of the Perth Classic when I managed to split Rob Van Dam wide open. But again, it's an emotional thing, Mitchell. Both of us coming off losses. I was fortunate to walk away with a win there, but I think there are massive things in the future of Julio. And like you said, I think Felix Young really is his main target. We may just see that. And actually we're going to hear from Felix Young, the No Limits champion, in the back. I'm getting word now that he is out the back, so we're going to hear from him in just a few seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your current reigning and defending No Limits champion, Felix Young. Felix, tonight you are defending your championship against the Australian sensation Craven. But tonight, Julio has been calling you out, trying to get retribution on what you did to him last month at the Perth Classic. What is your response to him calling you out?
My response, Josh, why even bother? Why even bother with Julio? I've beaten him already. You know, I haven't beaten one-on-one yet. I haven't beaten Craven. But tonight, when I beat Craven, the man that AAW put on this pedestal, then I'm gonna start getting the attention I deserve.
Hey, please!
Oh, hang on! Garcia's at the back!
Oh! Julio blindsiding Felix Young. I guess that's the problem when you record an interview backstage while your opposition's in the ring. You're leaving yourself vulnerable. You're showing your opposition where you are, and Julio viciously attacking Felix Young, who's giving it right back to him.
We're walking into a locker room here. Oh, hang on a second. This is Minus's locker room. I told you this guy's emotional. Threw him right over the couch. Felix Young is going to be Julio Garcia's target for as long as he can get his hands on that title. I told you, I was never his target here tonight. He wanted Felix Young.
You guys freak out here! Me and you! First blood match! Me and you! First blood! Next month! You
hear that? He just challenged the No Limits champion to a first blood match. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see that in just a few weeks' time right here on AAW TV.
Well, indeed we will, but right now we have a very, very exciting match for you. I mean, this is an enormous match that drew a heck of a crowd.
Yeah, look, really excited to bring you this one. We normally are going to keep you up to date, guys, but we felt that for this episode, with everything that's been happening with the Australian Dynasty, the Shark and Chris Tiger as they make their way to the ring, we wanted to jump back into our vault of classic matches. And you know, when you talk about classic AAW matches, we talked about this one already on AAW TV. I can think of no better example than what you guys are about to see, because the Australian Dynasty, the Shark and Chris Target, they are going to take on none other than Paul London and Brian Kendrick right here tonight on AAW TV.
And what a massive showing this is. These are two guys, Paul London and Brian Kendrick, who have been tag champs all over the world. Their names are synonymous with tag team wrestling, but the Shark and Chris Target have heck of a chemistry together, and if there's anyone that can take those guys to the limits, it's probably these two.
Yeah, look, and one of our thinkings, I suppose, in terms of putting this match together and presenting it to you on AAW TV was to prove to you how much history these guys do have. We've seen them have their differences in the past couple of weeks. We talked about Chris Target's frustration. We talked about maybe the Shark shifting focus a little bit from his partnership with the Australian Dynasty, but these guys go back such a long way, and really this isn't the start of it, but it certainly was one of their first crowning achievements, one of their brightest moments, going toe-to-toe with, at the time, the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions in history. You're talking about Paul London and Brian Kendrick. You know, these guys ruled SmackDown for well over a year.
Yes, indeed they did. Well, the crowd absolutely loving Brian Kendrick and Paul London. They really appreciate the fact that these guys are coming down to WA to support Australian independent wrestling, and the crowd certainly enjoying Brian Kendrick getting amongst them there, and Paul London just showing his appreciation for the crowd.
Some lucky fans there. Hey, look, one of the things I was most excited about when we started putting together the concept for AAW TV was just to showcase how many amazing talents we have had down here. Well, what we've done for Australian wrestling. So, without trying to blow my own horn too much, I feel like this is one of the massive coups in our history. On this night, not only did we see Paul London and Brian Kendrick, but we also saw Hardcore Bob Holly. So this truly was an amazing event for us. London had been down several times before, in fact one of my toughest opponents personally, but it was a first for Brian Kendrick, and just look at what he's gone on to do. Only a year or two after this, he went on and became one of the first new WWE Cruiserweight champions.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not saying that AAW are solely responsible for that, but we certainly, I'm sure, contributed to it, got that fire and passion back in Kendrick's eyes, and we can see Shark there not too happy about the time that London and Kendrick are taking to get into the match and get things started.
Hey, look, we talked a little bit in our last match about ring psychology, and you're not going to find two smarter or more masterful executors of ring psychology than Chris Target and the Shark. I've talked to you in previous weeks on AWTV about how this guy really was instrumental in teaching almost everyone on the AW roster, and you're going to see a masterclass in it right here tonight. And did you know, this match in particular, Mitchell, this was one of the first times, I think it was about 5 years, the first time in 5 years, anywhere in the world, not just in Australia, anywhere in the world that London and Kendrick team together. This was really a historic moment.
Absolutely. I see a good-looking ring announcer in the corner there as well.
Yes, good looking people in the ring right now. So, I mean, let's talk about what these guys have got on to do. London still taking independent bookings, but instrumentally as an executive producer on Lucha Underground right now. Brian Kendrick, not long after this, you started to see on shows like Total Divas, training guys, the divas on that show, like Diva Marie, and obviously then going on to the Cruiserweight Classic, putting on one of the greatest matches in the Cruiserweight Classic of last year against Kota Ibushi and the likes, even bringing tears to the eyes of guys like Kevin O'Brien with the performances he put in. So this really was an amazing match. It was a big moment for AEW, an even bigger moment, I would argue, for Paul London and Brian Kendrick. And this match is for the newly minted at the time AAW Tag Team Championships.
Indeed it is, and we know how much Brian Kendrick puts, how much passion he puts into everything he does, and this is no different. You can just see how much he wants it. He respects the Australian independent wrestling scene, and he respects that we've got new tag team championships, and heck, if it's a championship, he wants it.
Listen to the crowd as well. They know they feel the gravity of this situation because the crowd are deafening here. It's such a loud audience, which is great to hear. And you know what? What's so funny is when you see these guys, I was lucky enough to be in their locker room when they were preparing London and Kendrick for this match. You would think that they were totally the same. They have a similar look, they wrestle a similar style, they've been tag team partners for so long, they had so much success. They actually could not be more different in the way that they prepare Mitchell, because Brian Kendrick, very, I would say, not isolated, but in terms of his preparation, he likes to stay quite zen, stay alone, be quiet, have time to meditate, really think things through in quiet and solitude. But Paul London, on the other hand, he's just totally laid back, exactly how you would expect, and excited about every opportunity, really friendly, going up to all the young Australian talent, which again is an amazing opportunity for the AEW wrestlers, and to learn and talk and interact with someone like Paul London with his experience. Yeah, totally different approaches, and yet they mesh so well as a team.
Indeed, it's kind of that yin and yang mentality that these two guys who bring totally opposite drives to the ring can work together so well. As we see right now, Chris Target in control.
Absolutely. Beautiful execution of the side headlock here. And Kendrick trying to pick up the pace. What a beautiful crossbody.
Showing his agility as referee Joel Spencer makes the 2 count, and Kendrick straight away getting in control, and you can see the experience and the focus of Brian Kendrick. He knows, he saw Chris Target's come back there, and straight away he gets his arms in, he gets his arm around the head of Target, who is now reversed it, but just trying to maintain control, not give Target the opportunity to get on top.
Yeah, and we talked about seeing some of that technical masterclass that we saw in the Cruiserweight Classic. We saw it there in the opening of that match. Like I said, it's been a while since London and Kendrick have teamed. That was why it was so important for us to bring them down together. But normally you would see quick tags. London and Kendrick maybe having a little bit of partnership rust here, because you would normally see quick tags and effective tag team moves, like we're seeing from the Australian Dynasty here. And there you go. There we go. Kendrick picking up on that as well. Time for Paul London to get into the mix. Talk about some classic rivalries, Paul London and the Shark. I've thrown myself into that mix quite a few times as well, but these guys have had some unbelievable matches throughout the annals of AEW history.
And Shark, perhaps wisely, knowing what it's like to go up against Paul London, the ferocity, he's getting Chris Target into perhaps weaken him up a little bit, or?
I think maybe it was just a bit of a tactic there. He's trying to slow down the pace. The momentum was in the corner of London and Kendrick. Shark never wants to back down from a fight. Whenever these guys do come down from the States, or when we have a world-renowned competitor between the AEW ropes, then Shark's always first in line to prove that he is just as good, if not better. Go!
Well, you might be regretting that after those chops, which caved his chest.
There's nothing technical about those, they just hurt. Big back body drop!
And down goes Shark. London with the cover, looking for an early victory. Shark not going to let that happen.
Quick tag again. Again, if we were talking about tag team, what you're looking for in a tag team match, quick tags. I've got to put the Australian Dynasty ahead at this point.
Well, that's just it. We've mentioned before, this is the first time London and Kendrick have partnered for quite a long time. Shark and Target, they've been partners for a really long time, and that's why they've got such great chemistry. They know each other so well. You know, they train together, they work together, they put in all this time and effort to be the best tag team they can be, and it works, but now London with the takedown and in control.
So, I mean, like you said, guys, we're really excited to bring you this new project, AAW TV. We've had fantastic reception so far. Let's just talk about what we've been able to present so far in just 5 weeks. We've had Rob Van Dam on the show not once, but twice. We've had the announcement of Scott Steiner. We're going to see him in a couple of weeks' time. And taking on Wayne the Maniac Matty. And now, as a special treat, we're bringing you London and Kendrick. So guys, if you have not already, make sure that you're liking, make sure you hit share and subscribe on our YouTube channel, and let your friends know what all the exciting action that we're bringing to you. And we're going to keep coming at you every week. Beautiful drop kick by London there. Because we want to keep doing this for you guys. It's free of charge, and like we say, all we ask is that you subscribe and like and share and let us know what your thoughts are. Kendrick coming off the top here, Mitchell.
Oh, huge double stomp to the back, and that'll keep him down for a little while. And Kendrick showboating, giving it to Shark, letting him know that, hey, we're in control now, mate. Those tag champs are coming home with us.
Yeah. So I suppose it'd be worthwhile to take people back in time just a little bit, as we look like London going off the top as well. Oh, mule kick straight to the back, taking 2 of those. That'll be enough to keep any normal man down. Well, we're talking about, we can see that we were referring to them as the Australian Dynasty, but at this point in time, this is Foundation Strong. Foundation Strong, at the beginning of the Foundation faction, and this was the first event of the NWA banner, like we said. Bob Holly also on this card. So these guys really being aggressive, more aggressive perhaps than we're used to seeing them in more recent times.
That's it. The Shark and Chris Target have evolved. I mean, they've been wrestling for a long time, even at this stage, but since then they really have evolved and got their own styles, which still work together so well, despite the apparent frustration that we're seeing these days.
Big bear hook. Oh, look at him bice it in. A massive grip there.
Just pushing all of that wind, all that breath out of London. And
heart attack!
Oh, huge move! That could be it!
Wow, we used to see the old Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Bret Hart hit that all the time. The heart attack, like we said, we've seen it put many teams away and win Tag Team Championships, which is what both of these teams are trying to do right now. Perfect suplex there by London. We know this guy won't give up easily. Although Kendrick not going to take any chances. A kick to the backside there to break up that pin cover.
And that'll just frustrate Target as well. I mean, despite the fact that London kicked out, Kendrick getting in there, demonstrated to Target, you know what? Whatever you do, I'm here.
Here comes the...
Still a tag team, and right now London finding back, getting Kendrick back in the ring.
Yeah, beautiful fight back there by London. We're going to see some of that patented tag team moves now. Beautiful chops. Like we said, Target, well known to have a short temper, so chops and kicks to the backside are going to be one of the things that you probably don't want to do to Target. So it's going to frustrate him. You can see that here now. He looks pissed off.
As he whips Kendrick into that turnbuckle, into his corner, keeping Kendrick away from Paul London. So that, as we see right there, allowing Shark and Target to take control. There's nothing Paul London can do. It's on the other side of the ring. If he comes in, he risks a disqualification.
Yeah, Tag Team Wrestling 101. Keep your opponent on your side of the ring. London's going to grow frustrated. Kendrick getting word. Oh my God, a big kick to the face. You see that? This is what makes the Shark so fantastic. It's the little intricacies in his game. He was looking for an armbar there, couldn't quite lock it on, and instead he flicks that back heel up straight into the face of Kendrick. Who has the gall to do that to a former WWE superstar?
And Shark holding on right until the end of the referee's count there to avoid disqualification. I mean, neither of these men want this match to end in disqualification. That's not the way a title match should go.
Well, no, we're talking about, like I said, a vacant championship right now. So the only way to win is by pinfall or submission. A DQ would mean that neither team went away with the championships here. So we need to see a pinfall or submission. Look, we said frustration starting to go on London. He's losing his zen, Mitchell. More tags, and the more you can tag with your partner, the fresher that you are going to be. The more you can prevent your opponent from making a tag, the more worn down and beaten they are going to become.
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because as Target and Shark wear down Kendrick more and more and more, it makes it harder for Kendrick to get to his corner to tag in. But, you know, if he does get there, Paul London is fired up right now.
I suppose some of the crowd right behind him as well. I think Shark and Target realize this now. That's baiting right there. That's like you said. I don't know if that's a good idea.
That is adding insult to injury.
The crowd absolutely losing their minds that they would use such tactics against their team, the likes of London and Kendrick. The armbar applied now really effectively. If anyone knows how to lock them on, it's Lance Train Storm, Andrew the Shark Carter. And he's going to pull in a few shortcuts there as well. A hair pull to bring him to the mat.
Oh, I've been on the end of one of those armbars as well from the Shark, but didn't
Here
work.
we go. We're going to see it here. Oh! London drops the ropes. He saw the sneak attack coming from Chris Target. Are we going to see a tag from Kendrick?
That's the ring away. It's the crowd into it. Shark trying to stop the tag. Is he going to stop it?
If London gets in, he is going to be a house on fire.
Oh, and Chris Target from nowhere pulls down Paul London. Whoa! That is the tag team now of the Shark and Chris Target. The Shark managed to hold up Kendrick just long enough for Target to recover, pull Paul London down, take him out, and this assault on Brian Kendrick just is non-stop. These guys continuing to just take it to Kendrick.
It's been unbelievable. My God, you could feel the energy in the crowd and the audience in that arena. It had me on the edge of my seat there. I honestly thought we were going to see Paul London get the tag and it leads to the end of the match. But these guys, Shark and Target, able to suck the momentum and the wind out of not only their opponents, but the arena as well. Oh, I thought we had it again!
And the crowd's still trying to will on Kendrick and London, but still, the Shark taunting Kendrick again. You know, going to throw him into the corner. London reached out, desperately trying to make the tag. Still not happening.
What an unbelievable match we're seeing. I mean, we talked about veterans coming to the ring and the opportunity that AAW superstars have to step into the ring with these competitors. Shark and Target, they have had the measure of London and Kendrick at every turn in this match. It has been unbelievable. Jawbreaker.
Well,
that's going to slow anyone down. That's going to slow anyone down.
Kendrick so close to his corner. Could this be it? Target's racing in, and he still gets there in time. Oh, Kendrick!
He missed. Yes, Target again. He's going to stay on him. Oh!
You can hear the impact of that kick to Target's face. This has got to be it. This might be Kendrick's last chance to get to his corner and tag in Paul London.
There's the tag! There's the tag! London getting ready! Big shoulder block! Flipping in over the Shark!
And this is what I talked about before. Paul London is so fresh and so fired up. Taking it to the Shark. Huge Hurricane Run, and he's in control just like that.
And he's telling the crowd to stay behind and keep that momentum. A lovely sliding drop kick to the face. Is that enough? Not quite, but London, you can guarantee that this guy is going to keep up the momentum. Kendrick out of action, so it is going to be all down to Paul London at this point. Can he stop the Shark and Chris Target? Reversal there, big Irish whip. But the boot is up from London, and he's set himself up. He's going for that big mule kick. Oh!
And there it is. Shark's down. This could be the match.
Did you see his back and legs buckle? Kendrick in now to thwart the attack of Chris Target. We can feel the momentum changing here. Are we going to see new tag team champions crowned?
And finally,
whoa! How is that for tag team maneuvers? London and Kendrick on the same page. They were able to stop each other's momentum. Hang on. Roll up. Roll up.
So close there. We can just see our friend Kendrick being thrown over the top rope.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mitchell, to interrupt you there, but that famous and Chris Target put so many men away there. These guys worked so well as a team. Shark had his ankles. London nowhere to go. Still able to kick out. And I tell you what, at this point, we have been going for about 15, almost 20 minutes in this match. Now the Shark and Target have to be wondering what do they have to do to keep down London and Kendrick. They've had them beat for almost the entirety of this match.
Well, that's it. I mean, what do you think, Grace? Who does this match favour the longer it goes on? Is this in London and Kendrick's favour, or Shark and Target have been in control for so long?
I mean, I'm ever impressed by the efforts of the Shark and Chris Target, but we can see that they're going for something. Can they finish it off here? Looking for a double superplex, but Kendrick looking to thwart those plans.
He tosses Target out of the ring. London now taking control on top of that turnbuckle. Huge headbutt to the Shark.
Oh, big forearm shots as well. This is where London is most comfortable on those ropes. This is where the fans know he can hit things like that patented shooting star press. Are we going to see it here?
This is dangerous. And he hits it. We're going to have new champs right here. London and Kendrick
my, did you see that? That was absolute brilliance by Chris Target. I'm not sure if you could see it from your vantage point there in the camera, but Target actually threw Kendrick back into the ring and into referee Joe Spencer. That was unbelievable. Oh no, Target running into the referee again, and he had the championship belt.
Oh no! Just absolute calamity here. Target tried to take out Kendrick, accidentally got the referee.
Super kick to Target. London now the only man standing. We're seeing things fall apart and fall apart quickly. We've got no referee. We've got a championship in the ring. Who is going to come out on top in this contest?
You can see London trying to get Kendrick back in. He knows that he's better with both of them in there, trying to sort themselves out, but oh no, Shark's got the title belt. Referee still out. Both men collide with the titles, and both men are out. Everyone is down.
We are back to level pegging. Every single man in this contest is down. I have no idea who the legal man is. The referee has got to have no idea what's been transpired. Oh, hang on a second. Wait a second. What's going on here?
Oh, it's the dastardly James Grace.
Looking ready to knock the Shark out. Long-time rival James Grace and the Shark holding the championship belt now.
Oh no! No! Grace, who's been for so long, has been feuding with the Shark. He's turned his back and he has taken Paul London out with that championship. Pulled the referee in for a 1, 2, not this way! Not this way! No! Damn that James Grace!
Well, there you have it. We have crowned new AAW Tag Team Champions. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if this is the first time that you're watching AAW TV, and this is the first time that you've gone into the vault of AAW, my God, I hope you do that more often, because that was an unbelievable match. What a way to end this episode of AAW TV. We've gone back into the vault to 2013. Oh!
I don't know if this is a great way to end. Grace is dastardly. Well, I'm not even going to say what. Just coming in here and ruining the end of a perfectly great match. Both these guys, we had no idea how it was going to end. James Grace comes in, takes out Paul London, then takes out Brian Kendrick after the match for measure. I don't know about that. That is a disgusting sight.
Well, I don't know if you could describe anything about that contest as winning, because that is one of the great matches in AEW history. An absolute tag team wrestling clinic. Just a small sample of some of the things that AEW brings to its fans here in Australia. And guys, we've got more action-packed features just like that coming your way in the coming weeks. We are going to be back right here on AAW TV the same time next week, and we hope that you can join us as basking in celebrations, Mr. Mitchell.
Indeed, the crowd showing their very clear displeasure at the winners of this match. But again, as you said, we cannot take away from the competitors. I mean, Chris Target and Shark, they were in control. I'd say 90% of that match. They did everything, threw everything at London and Kendrick. And hey, who's to say if you didn't come down, they wouldn't have got the victory anyway, but
yeah, you can see them riling here. Ooh, hang on a second. It looks like Pandora taking away one of the Tag Team Championships from Brian Kendrick. Well, let's talk about what we've got still coming. The attack continues on the rampway here. It's just insult to injury as we're going off the air. Oh, hang on a second. Kendrick trying to get a little bit back here. This fight might not be over.
Oh, sure, the numbers game. Oh, it's Kendrick driven into those steel barricades there. The numbers game proving too much as James Grace aligns himself with the Shark and Chris Target. But indeed, we've got plenty of action coming up in the future weeks, Grace.
Yeah, we've got to jump forward in time in the coming weeks. We're going to see a first blood match between Julio Garcia and Felix Young, and we're also going to see an AAW World Championship match between Wayne the Maniac Manny as he defends against former WCW World Heavyweight Champion Scott Steiner. All that and more in the coming weeks right here on AAW TV.